Hi, Shankar here for some Pep Up Talks. Beautiful place, isn't it? Over the last 6 months or so, the mankind is undergoing a turmoil. We have found this world a different place that we are living in. Suddenly everything seems to have come to a stall. And in the initial period, almost every one of us were taken by a big shock rather than a surprise. Now, what are we going to do? How are we going to face the future? What is there in us for me to look up to my family? How am I going to bring up my children? How am I going to focus on my goals in life? All these things was put to I won't say stop, they were all brought to almost a grinding halt because of a microscopic virus, Corona. Corona has been here from time immemorial, but now in the form of a COVID-19, it has flared up again, threatening the entire mankind. Now, after 6 months, I hear a lot of people talking about the word new normal. New normal is the understanding of this world that we should try to live in. And the fear of this COVID is slowly dying down. People are awakening to the freshness everywhere. But still, the economy, the business houses, and all the economic progress have been very badly hit, and it's going to take many more years to get back to its position. But I tell you, friends, talking about all these things, what the mankind has learned out of this situation probably is 100 times more than the economic downfall that we have faced. Man has learned to cooperate with the nature. Man has learned to take care of his health. Every man has understood what is cleanliness. We have understood how to respect the other living beings. Now, all these things have been given to us by godly ordained that we should know about these things. It's high time. We have been squandering with the atmosphere. We have been spoiling the atmosphere. We have been polluting the climatic conditions in so many ways. Now it is all coming back, attaining its originality. We are able to see the birds chirping in the busiest of traffics, which even the birds wouldn't have come in those places. Now, those who have made a good use of this time have really been able to prepare themselves to face the new future, weeks or months ahead of us. Many of us have improved our knowledge on so many other subject matters. So many of us have dug into ourselves to understand where am I capable of, what am I capable of doing in this world to be a better human being. And in this respect, one thing I have learned in this holidays, I thought it's worth sharing with every one of you there. Now, the entire world of science is trying to find a vaccine. And everywhere they go, and the virus is giving them a slip. They have not been able to find vaccine. Of course, mankind is putting all the efforts under their command to find a solution for this problematic situation. And I hope one day they go nearer to it. They find a solution nearer to it. But I'm afraid whether we'll be able to put a full stop to it, because Corona has been there for millions of years, as I understand. It has only flared up today. It has been brought to our notice today. So even before the mankind has come into this world, They have been in this universe. And we have been coexisting with them for all these years. It's all out of nature. And I'm given to understand that in our body, there are more number of bacteria and much more number of viruses that we carry. And we have been living with this. We only need to understand how we are going to tackle this virus that we feel afraid of. Now, on one hand, people are trying to find a vaccine, and on the other hand, it has helped me to look into the traditional treasure of medicines that we have in our world. In India, it is Ayurveda, Siddha, and from so many other places, there is a lot of treasures that's available in the traditional medicine. Now, what I have been able to understand of Ayurveda, I would like to share it with you. You see, Ayurveda is, they go into they touch the very creation of manifested being that we all are. You know, as at the mind level, we have different minds, like we have an active mind and transactive mind. We have laziness, what they call it as tamasic, rajasic and sattvic minds we have. Likewise, at the body level, we have 3 levels of imbalances. The mind imbalances are out of sattvic, rajasic and tamasic, and the body imbalances are out of 3 levels of imbalances that we have, and they are Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Vata, Pitta and Kapha is, don't be afraid of the terminologies. They only talk about the predominance of the 5 elements that is there in the human body. As we all know, the entire manifestation is made out of 5 elements. The space, the air, the fire, the water and the earth. Now, the combination of this is what our human body is, and whatever is in certain times, certain things are predominant in that, and that causes a little bit of imbalance, and that imbalance gives us a weakness or strength. Now, Ayurveda has gone to that level of identifying and giving you solutions as to how you can reduce the imbalance. So they look at the energy levels of the human body, the energy levels of imbalances in the human body. Now, this has been there over the last 5,000 years. Now, we are talking about the modern scientific medicines, which is there over the few hundreds of years. On the other hand, we are talking about the medicine which is there over 5,000 years. The wisdom of our forefathers. And they have compiled everything, and then they have given it to us in the form of various verses. For this reason, it has not really been popularized in a very big level, because for the fact that they say that the scientific findings are not there, the laboratory findings are not there, the data is not there, science is not there, it's not been computerized, it's not been codified, and all these are the reasons that's given. But I can tell you one simple truth. The solutions, the medicines that have been found out to reduce the imbalances, looking at the imbalance per se, not on the disease. You see, after all, the disease or the discomfort what you have in your body is the effect. Now, what is the cause? The cause is the imbalance. We must try to understand this very clearly. Because you have imbalance of certain aspects in your body. Now, for example, let us say this way. Suppose the machine of a motor car is not working properly. Suppose some nuts are loose there or some wear and tear is there. We should try to attend to that wear and tear first, rather than try to tie some ropes to it and try to reduce the unfound sound, the unnecessary sound. So likewise, when we have an issue with our imbalancing, we need to look at the imbalance first. Now this way, Ayurveda looks at the imbalances in a person and gives a solution. Now the other day, a scientist was talking to me and he said, look, COVID-19 is a phenomenon which has come up only in the last few months. And in all probabilities, they say there are a lot of artificial content added to that virus. And how come you say that Ayurveda has got a solution for all this? Ayurveda, you say, is about 5,000 years old, whereas this problem is come up only over the last 3-4 months. And then the modern science is doing so much of study and research to bring out the vaccine, which is the right method of doing it. For which answer lies, the Ayurveda doesn't look at the COVID or the corona virus as such. It looks at what type of imbalance is being caused in the body because of some disturbing elements that are outside of a human structure. Now, it has been found that this basically gives a lung infection, what they call it as a kabajuram. When the lung infection is there, you prescribe a medicine to solve your lung infection. The lung regains strength. The lung having regained strength, it does not allow COVID to bother you. I have seen a lot of remedies that have been given to patients who have had this COVID affecting us. And in just 4-5 days of medication, they have become all right. And they are back to their normal work. And when we have such type of a treasure in that, we need to recognize that. The mankind needs to recognize that. The mankind needs to appreciate that. But have we grown in our level of magnanimous understanding in appreciating what is good in others? By saying this, I'm not saying that modern medicine is not good. Of course, modern medicine is good in so many ways. They have done excellent contribution towards emergency care. They have found out so many engineering applications and equipments to diagnose and to pick up very minute disturbances in the human body. A person, for example, who has met with an accident, he needs to be attended immediately, and there the modern medicine helps. A person who had a heart problem, heart attack, he needs to be attended and revived immediately. There the modern medicine helps. But a person who needs to look after his heart rate, for example, if he has to maintain a normal blood pressure, if he has to maintain a good sugar level, I mean, if he has to come out of diabetes conditions, and if he has to come out of arthritis conditions, all these things, there are beautiful cues and medicines available in our traditional medicine, wherein they are able to look into the basic level of imbalances and give a solution for this. It's high time that the big governments in this world, the powerful countries in this world, try to look at what is good for the mankind, try to club all different schools of thoughts. Of course, I would say that the Ayurveda and the modern medicine, and for that example, for that matter, other fields of medicines may not find too much of a common place to discuss, but then we need to appreciate, like, if you want to be a good human being, what do we say? You love others for not what they are, you love them because of what you are. So if you have a good understanding of human values, you will have to accept things which is rich in other fields of medicine, and then allow the humanity to be benefited in large numbers. Yeah, and that's the way the humanity should go forward. And we are now almost coming out of this lockdown period. Every one of us gearing ourselves to get back into our routine work or creative work or enthusiastic work, to go out and prove ourselves out in this world with renewed energy levels, renewed thinking levels, renewed understanding, and let this world be a beautiful place for every one of us. Thank you so much.